Welcome, Efrat, to the Leventhal Report. I can't imagine how
Thank you
difficult
very much.
every day is. I can't imagine how
Uh,
difficult every day is for you, not just this day, but every day. Tell me about that.
Not just this day, as it is as all the days. We are extremely worried. We have no idea where the whereabouts or the fate of my uncle. And and we know from evidence that they're being tortured there. There are still six ladies that are there. The except my dear uncle Gadi Moses, who is 80 already, and Mr. Oded Lifshitz and Mr. Shlomo Mansour, who are 86 years old. There are still women out there, and we know they're being tortured and raped, and we are very worried. Among them is Arbel. Arbel is the granddaughters of my parents' friend from Niroz, and I know her parents, and it's awful to think we really, really need her home immediately, together with Gadi and the rest. And there are still Doron and Emily and Romy and Shira, and you know of Shiri with the two little babies, Kfir and Ariel. So these are not numbers. Every one in 101 of those universes mean a lot, and we all miss them. I think the brutal attack is just beyond comprehension, and the sorrow and the lack of air we have is nothing comparing to what they're going through. And I cannot understand, and I relate to what you said. I cannot understand the anti-Israeli protest these days. I do understand we have to stop the war, and there is terrible, terrible suffering on both sides. But we do have to remember that this cycle can stop and can rewind if only the 101 hostages come back. And living next to an organization of terror never was a reality. And suddenly it is of my family. We are a normal family, like a normal American family. And suddenly it hits you. And then you understand that terror is so dangerous. And it's actually everywhere around the world. And it takes your breath away. And I just want people to understand that your voice out there is very, very important. I do want to stress
I
that
want
our government, I think, did not do enough. And they could have, and they should have, and they still should. They have the responsibility for their citizens, and they do have to thank the Americans, the Qataris, and the Egyptians for all they did, and to follow political and diplomacy that will bring everybody home. We have to do everything, as long as the word also does everything. And we have to make Hamas and Sinwar agree to the conditions to bring everybody back. This story has to end. They
Efrat.
have to come back.
Efrat, I don't have an uncle in captivity, but I'm enraged every time I see these pro-Palestinian protesters chanting these anti-Semitic slogans. I can only imagine how much that must hurt you to see all of this opposition to Israel and so little support. Can you just tell me about that aspect of this?
See, I had Palestinian students and I have Palestinian friends. It's not everybody, but the voices that we hear are voices that I question. Who exactly are they, and what kind of education they had? I'm always actually, in a way, full of pity, and I just want to go out there and tell them, please, please understand what you are shouting for, what you are supporting, because if you are worried about lives of those that are hurt, you should be worried about the lives of the 101 as well. So you cannot
Yeah.
um, pursue for life for of one kind and not understand we're all human and we're all the same. We are all the same. So if you are
Efrat,
striving for life, you should
I apologize
everywhere
that our time is
and all
limited.
the time.
Efrat, I apologize that our time is limited, but I really, really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you sharing your heartfelt sorrow with us, and I wish you all the best, and I hope that your
Yes.
uncle gets home safe very, very soon. Efrat, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.